Today I want to talk about leveling in Diablo 2, specifically ladder and non-ladder, so this is online. I wanted to go over basically the guide that I usually follow. This is something that I've taken largely from other sources, but I've kind of modified it to fit my needs, and I think it's been really effective along the way. I'm also going to add in some additional tips and tricks, basically saying like, oh, at this level you should start farming, like, let's say the Countess in normal or something like that to try and get rune words and stuff like that. Before I go over the actual level breakdown of where you should be training at what levels, I wanted to go over something that's really important to the leveling guide that will inform why I'm picking these zones and why you maybe have seen a lot of these zones be kind of recycled, and that is monster zones. So on screen, I'm going to flash basically a guide for normal. So monster zones is essentially the level of monsters that you're going to find in a location at a specific time. So for on the screen, we see normal is you're going to find monsters in general from level 1 to 45, with Act 1 being level 1 to 12, Act 2 being 12 to 18, 3 being 18 to 25, 4 being 26 to 28, the cow level being level 28, which is a really important one, and then Act 5 being 29 to 43. And then we have Nightmare there, which is 36 to 66, Hell 67 to 85. Hell gets a little iffy because of the basically the level 85 zones that they added at the end, like the pit, the mausoleum, the ancient tunnels, stuff like that. But to start us off, so this is kind of how I go about leveling online. So from levels 1 to 15, again, I'm gonna be referencing the monster zone as well as I go through this. So from level 1 to 15, you're gonna want to do Tristram. So because you're gonna be online, there's gonna be a lot of different games that you'll be able to join or host. Basically, you'll see people do like Tristo 1, Tristo 2, that sort of thing. Try and get as many people as you can in these games, because while Tristram, let's say for this example, you're leveling from 1 to 15, but the Act 1 normal is only levels 1 through 12, you will start to have to overcome basically a power gap. So you are going to be too powerful for the monsters in the area. As you add more players, the power of the monsters will scale and that gap will become smaller. So that is why if you're going to be leveling from 1 to 15 at Tristram, you're going to want to be in have at least 4 or 5 other people running it with you. After you do Tristram, this is going to be a really great time to farm the Countess. This is going to be to try and get some lower level runes that you're going to be able to use to make I don't know, geez, I can't think of any at the time, at the current day, like Insight or something like that. Try and get as many of these as you can early on. This is going to be something that you're going to really thank yourself, especially because you're going to be online. The leveling is a little faster. You're really going to thank yourself that you won't have to go back and farm the normal Countess at, let's say, level 40 or something like that. The next, you're going to want to farm the tombs. This is going to be in Act 2. So again, levels to reference the monster zones, Act 2 is going to be level 12 to 18. So 15 to 24. Again, with these bigger party sizes, you're going to be able to farm the Tower Shah's tombs. Basically, you start at one of them. There's going to be, if you have to do the quest, there's going to be a specific one that you're supposed to go into. For this, you basically just go into all of them, clear them completely out, start the next game. Again, if you're going to be playing on using a higher player count or playing with a lot of other people, you're going to be able to bridge that gap. At level 24, this is going to be when you're able to complete the Rites of Passage. So this is going to be the Ancients quest. This will automatically level you up to 25. From there, you're going to want to do the Chaos and Bale runs. Again, this is specifically normal. So at this time, if you can get rushed through Bale to basically beat normal, I highly recommend doing cows at around 25-ish earlier on, so you can get your bases for Spirit, Insight, that sort of thing. And then you can, if you've beaten Act 1 already, you can add the sockets to, let's say, a crystal sword that you find at the cows, and that will be enough for the max 4 socket roll. From there, it's going to be basically, I think Act 1, or these early couple of levels, specifically normal, is going to be the more involved ones. From there, you should be able to just kind of blow through the rest of them. So at level 40, you can then do Nightmare Ancients. That's when or Rites of Passage. You'll be able to kill them and to basically move on to Bale. From levels 41 to 60, you're going to want to run Chaos and Bale in Nightmare. Level 60 is when you can do the Hell Rites of Passage, kill the Ancients in Hell to unlock Bale. And then from 61, I'm going to say about 85 is when you're going to want to do Chaos and Bale runs, until you can push it to 90. I think on the screen there I do have it at 90, but at 90 I think you're going to really hit, it's going to just take a lot of time, and at this point you're going to have a pretty strong character that you can start to gear. So my leveling for the later game, basically your 85 plus, let's call it, that's where you're going to want to just run those Hell level 85 zones for finding gear. You're going to want to play with a lot of people if you can. The throne room actually is a level 85 area, so if you are going to be trying to continue doing Bale runs, Chaos and Bale runs, I would shift more towards Bale runs at that point. but you're ultimately just going to be farming for gear. You're going to want to do Hell Mephisto, Hell Andariel, keep an eye on the terrorized zones because those are actually going to bump up the level a little bit, or the difficulty, and basically increase the drops. And you can get Sunder Charms, and there's a whole bunch of extra stuff that's going to be added in the terror zones. But overall, not anything too crazy. A lot of these you've probably already seen. Again, this is going to be specifically for online ladder and non-ladder. So let me know what you guys think. I hope this helps kind of break it down. I did want to highlight the monster zones to give kind of context to why you might be seeing a lot of the same. I think every guide you look at will say 1 to 15 Tristram, but this was something that I didn't really super know about, the monster zones and how that kind of worked. So I hope this video was helpful. Let me know down below what other tips and tricks that you use while you're trying to level specifically for online. Shoot me a like if you're enjoying this, and a subscribe would go a really long way. I really appreciate all the support so far, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.